Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting Board of Trustees to order. If you're able, will you please stand with us as we take a moment of silence followed by a pledge of allegiance.
And tonight, during the moment of silence, if you could please keep the family of Tiffany Morris in your thoughts and prayers. Tiffany was one of our employees who was a parapro at Castle South Middle School, and she passed away this weekend, so please keep her family and loved ones in your thoughts.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. With no one signed up for patrons' concerns, so next we'll move on to recognition of some special people. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Tonight we have several people in the audience, and first of all, we'd like to welcome all of you. We are excited to share the accomplishments of several of our high school athletes who competed in the various state competitions. So we're going to go through each school and introduce their coaches, and then coaches will come and say a few words, and students, if we can just start a line maybe here along this way, that would be great, and I would like all students to stay put until we're finished. Sound good? Okay. All right. First recognition will be from Boonville High School. I'd like to introduce Coach Jarrett Beesing and Assistant Coach Mike Kemp, along with state wrestler Sam Howard.
I want to start with thanking the board for having us out tonight to recognize Sam and his efforts in the 25-26 season. Sam's a junior at Boonville High School. He's a three-time conference champion, a three-time sectional champion, a three-time regional champion. He is Boonville's first ever semi-state wrestling champion, and he is the first one to ever wrestle under the lights for Boonville. Sam does all this, but the most important part is Sam carries a 3.94 GPA. He finished the season 50-1, and his overall career record so far is 140-6. So he is the 26 IHSAA 190-pound runner-up. Sam Howard.
Yay. Good job.
Great job, Sam. Sam, you want to just start a line right here for us?
This is the part where one of the guys wrestles him right here.
Next, we are going to recognize the athletes from boys and girls swimming from Castle High School. Coach Sam Haynes could not be here tonight, so he sent something for me to read about these fantastic swimmers and divers. I'm going to, actually, let me introduce you first, and we'll get you up here, and then I'll read what Coach said, okay? So when I call your name, please just start a line, and then we'll shake hands at the very end, okay? So from girls swimming, we have Addison Carlisle, Stella Zerlini, and Riley McGiff. From boys swimming, Austin Carlisle, Nathan Whitaker, Nathaniel Seibert, and PJ Simmons. And here's what Coach had to say. Swimming truly is a sport where everything is earned and nothing is given, especially here in Indiana. Many do not realize this, but Indiana is consistently one of the top states in the sport nationwide. Each and every year, our state produces some of the top talent out of high school, and the collegiate programs that we have are also top-notch. It goes without saying, then, that making it to the state level is no small feat. The athletes here today made many sacrifices throughout the season. While others were sleeping, they were in the pool or in the weight room at 5 in the morning on school days. When others were going home after school, these swimmers were coming in for a second practice. Saturdays were no exception to this grind, either as 6 a.m. practices were also the norm throughout the season. This level of commitment is necessary for anyone wanting to find success in this sport, which is why swimming is not for everyone. I am grateful to the board for taking time to recognize these amazing individuals tonight. The amount of time and effort they put in makes them more than deserving of the recognition. Above all, though, I want these swimmers to be recognized for the amazing people they are. I am truly proud to be their coach. Castle High School is a better school because of what they add, not just to athletics, but to the day-to-day culture. When I think of the state swimmers from Castle, I think of the true definition of student athlete: dedicated, hardworking, respectful, empathetic, and kind. Congratulations.
Yay.
Okay, and next we have our athletes from Tecumseh High School. First, for diving, I would like to introduce Coach Libby Butcher and Marissa Schaefer.
Good evening. I appreciate being given time to recognize one of Tecumseh's outstanding student athletes. My name is Libby Butcher, and I had the privilege of coaching Miss Marissa Schaefer this year for her senior diving season at Tecumseh High School. Marissa is an extraordinary person both in and out of the swimming pool. She successfully manages a demanding schedule during the diving season, which makes her achievements even more remarkable. At the beginning of the season, we established a list of ambitious goals, all of which Marissa accomplished, impressively surpassing even her coach's high expectations. Her accomplishments this year include setting a new school record for 6 dives with 283.8 points, setting a new school record for 11 dives of 437.9 points. She achieved being a PAC champion for the 4th consecutive year. She achieved being a sectional champion for the 4th consecutive year. She finished 3rd at regionals out of 20 divers. She qualified for the 2nd time to be a state qualifier. Last year, she finished 12th. This year, she finished 9th out of 32 divers and is the highest performing Tecumseh diver ever to reach state. Marissa's competitors have immense respect for her talent, yet I'm certain they are relieved to see her move on to the next level. We are incredibly proud of her dedication, because diving is like swimming. It's very individual, yet you're still part of a team. She put in lots of hours and out of season. We're incredibly proud of her and the success that she has already achieved, but we are eagerly anticipating watching her thrive in her collegiate diving career as she plans to dive for the USI Screaming Eagles and major in nursing. Thank you.
Next, from Tecumseh High School for girls wrestling, Riley Pitts here with her coach, Christina Dieters.
Hi, I'm Coach Dieters, and I'm actually escorted by Julia Dieters, who was a volunteer coach this year. I also want to thank the school board for their support of such a new girls wrestling program. We are in our 2nd year at Tecumseh High School, and Riley Pitts is a sophomore, and she was our first sectional champion. She was runner-up at our regional, which is a lot like the semi-state for boys, and then she was a state qualifier. So she also won a tournament at Southridge and became runner-up in an earlier tournament at Castle. Riley is a multi-sport athlete, and she has been a wonderful addition to a very small but competitive girls wrestling program. So thank you.
We have one other talented student with us here this evening who actually has earned some success in powerlifting. So I would like to recognize Adeline Fugate. Adeline, if you want to come right here while I talk about you, because I offered her the opportunity to speak to us a little more about what powerlifting, her journey in powerlifting, but she said she would rather not. So, so I will talk about her. So we wanted to bring you here tonight because at the USA Powerlifting State Meet, Adeline lifted a total weight of 667 pounds. She beat the second place by over 100 pounds and set 6 state records in one meet. That's, as I understand, a new state record for every category. So we wanted to bring her here in this evening as a powerlifting champion as well. Congratulations.
You look familiar.
Congratulations.
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 You look like you, Lily.
Congratulations.
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 Good job.
Congratulations.
Good job. Good job.
Good to see you.
Congratulations.
Bleaching your hair hasn't dyed yet.
Good job. And
Well
you
done.
look
Nice job.
good job. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice job. Nice job. Nice job.
Congratulations.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Next on the agenda, we have consideration of routine business. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. The routine business this evening includes approving the minutes of the school board meeting held on February 23rd, 2026, and approving the claims and signing the docket. I recommend the board approve the routine items as presented.
Motion to approve. Second.
Jeff's got it.
Motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. Baker. Do we have any discussion? Mr. Agnew, will you call the roll?
I will. Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Thank you. Agenda item 7, consideration of items for board action. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. At 7.1, Mr. Armstrong is requesting the board's approval to execute a new easement agreement with Indiana American Water. The easement will allow Indiana American Water access for the installation, operation, and maintenance of the new water line. I recommend the board approve the new easement as requested, and remember that is on the property at Castle High School.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. France, seconded by Mr. Skinner. Is there any discussion? Mr. Agnew, will you call the roll,
I
please?
will. Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
I vote aye.
Motion carried. Agenda item 7.2, approve transfer of water line ownership to Indiana American Water on Castle High School property. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Mr. Armstrong is requesting the board's approval to transfer ownership of the water line to Indiana American Water. This transfer will allow Indiana American Water to assume responsibility for the operation, maintenance, and service of the water line. I recommend the board approve the ownership transfer as requested.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. Eigner, seconded by Mr. Baker. Do we have any discussion? Mr. Eigner, please call the roll.
Okay, Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
I vote aye.
Motion carried. Agenda item 7.3, approve termination of easement to Indiana American Water on Castle High School property. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Mr. Armstrong is requesting the board's approval to terminate the existing easement with Indiana American Water. I recommend the board approve the termination of easement as requested.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. France. Is there any discussion? Mr. Eigner, call the roll.
Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Okay, motion carried. Agenda item 7.4, approve resolution 2026-4. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Mr. Armstrong has brought to the board Resolution 2026-4 for consideration and approval. This resolution outlines the school corporation's intent to offer for disposal the Willow Pond land property as it is no longer necessary or desirable for school purposes. I recommend the board approve Resolution 2026-4 as presented.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Baker, seconded by Mr. Mosby. Is there any discussion?
Just a point of clarification, this property is vacant property on Willow Pond Road.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Just want to make sure.
Yes.
Yeah, for the
Okay.
public, yeah, it's
Yes.
20 acre tract, so.
Yeah.
It will be for sale in the near future.
Yes,
Okay.
more to come.
All right.
Thank you.
This was received decades ago. It just hasn't been used.
All right, I'll read the
Please do.
roll call. Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Motion carried. Agenda item 7.5, approve partnership with Ward County Emergency Management Agency. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Emergency Management Agency Director, Mr. Matthew Gable, is requesting the board's approval to partner with Elberfeld Elementary School on an educational weather monitoring project. The Emergency Management Agency will serve as the sole agency responsible for the purchase, installation, maintenance, and ongoing management of the weather station equipment. Warwick County School Corporation reserves the right to terminate the project at any time. I can tell you, though, Mr. Susit and his team are excited about this, so I hope we can proceed this evening. I recommend the board approve the request as submitted.
So moved.
I make a motion to approve.
Give it to Jane.
We have a motion by Mrs. Wilhelmus, seconded by Mr. Franz. Is there any discussion? Does this mean they'll do weather reports?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that.
From reading
It sounds like an exciting opportunity.
Yes,
I think they'll just gather weather information and feed it into the county so they can track.
that's
and-
correct. That's my understanding.
Oh,
But, you know,
boy.
maybe we can, bring them and they can do a little weather presentation for us or something.
Oh, future meteorologist, okay.
Roll call?
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Eigner.
Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Motion carried. Agenda item 7.6, approve work-based learning agreement. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Mr. Jason Fisher, Director of Learning, has brought to the board a work-based learning agreement for consideration and approval. This is a training agreement between the student, the school, the employer, and the parent and guardian. The proposed agreement will be used by WCSC students for documenting work-based learning experiences. Mr. Cliff Whitehead, school attorney, has reviewed the agreement as well. I recommend the board approve the agreement as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. Franz, seconded by Mr. Mosby. Is there any discussion?
Quick question for Counselor. How does insurance happen or deal with this situation?
I can't remember off the top of my head for this particular one. I mean, if there's a loss, then both insurance companies are gonna point to the other, so.
Is it very general that when our kids go and do this, do we have any, or is, where they're at the workplace and they're covered by that employer, or?
I mean, like I said, it'll be a.
Case by case?
It'll be case by case. What were
Okay.
they doing? What time was it? How long were they there?
Okay.
Nature of the,
But, I mean, like most litigation matters, if something were to happen, everybody will be
Gotcha.
named,
Okay.
yeah.
I can tell you, Mr. Eigner, guidance that we've received also from the state, and everything, of course, that Mr. Whitehead said obviously is correct.
Yeah.
But typically, if they are getting paid for the apprenticeship or internship or whatever the case may be, typically, the guidance we get is that the employer
Employer would have
should
that.
own that.
Yeah.
And then we would assume for anybody who isn't, but to Cliff's point, if something happens, everybody's going to,
Yeah. Okay.
be involved in some way.
Spider-Verse.
That's right. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Is this part of a graduation program?
So,
New diplomas?
It's the diplomas, yes, that's a great question for the knowledge of the public. All of the new diplomas have a work-based learning component. They are set at different number of total hours based on diploma. Anything else to add to that, Mr. Fisher? And this is, and while he's walking up here, this is the document that will be used to help track the hours, because
Okay.
we have lots of children in high school in Warwick County, and all of them will have to prove the hours that they've worked to be eligible to receive the diploma.
Yes, you have to document that. For example, there's an employment honor seal where a student has to document 650 hours of work-based learning experience. Or you have the enrollment honors plus seal where it could be 75 hours of work-based learning experience. So it's dependent upon the seals, the number of hours that you must document. But there's a total of 6 different seals on the new Indiana diploma, and 5 of them have a work-based learning component.
It's a lot of tracking.
I do have your motion and second.
Does an employer have to commit y'all 650 hours then
No.
to do this?
No.
Okay.
No, usually students receive those in 75-hour increments. It could be 150, you could double up. It's just dependent upon the experience. But state guidance has mandated that the work-based learning experience must be 25 hours in duration for it to count, meaning you couldn't have 75 individual 1-hour experiences.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Call the roll, please.
Yep. Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Thank you. Motion carried. Agenda item 7.7, approve a memorandum of understanding with Ball State University.
Thank you,
Dr.
Mrs.
Redmond.
Glover. Mr. Jason Fisher has also brought to the board an MOU between Warwick County Board of School Trustees and Ball State University for consideration and approval. The MOU will offer dual credit Japanese language coursework for students at Castle High School for the 26-27 academic year. Mr. Cliff Whitehead, school attorney, has reviewed the MOU. I recommend the board approve the MOU as presented.
So move.
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. Baker, seconded by Mr. Skinner. We have any discussion? Will you call the roll, please?
Okay, Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
I vote aye.
Motion carried. Agenda item 7.8, approve sponsorship agreement with Liberty Federal Credit Union. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. Mr. Todd Armstrong has brought to the board a sponsorship agreement for consideration and approval. Liberty Federal Credit Union desires to donate $328,000 for the installation of a new digital scoreboard display at the football field at Castle High School. I recommend the board approve the agreement as presented.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. France. Is there any discussion?
I know everybody probably has the same sentiment, and we love our donations, but Liberty is stepping up a lot lately. So I just want to say, I don't know a lot of folks there at all, really, but I think that's great that they're giving, those are big dollars.
Yes, it is.
So-
And they've been incredibly supportive.
They sure
Yes.
have.
And others who are interested, we are open to conversations with others
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Excellent. Will you call the roll, please?
sure. Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. Franz?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Motion carried. Agenda item 7.9, approved donations. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. We have several donations tonight. The first at Castle Elementary. John H. Castle Elementary School PTO would like to donate sensory playground equipment valued at $40,000. At Newburgh Elementary, $500 donation from the Warwick Public Education Foundation. The funds will be used to purchase educational books, toys, and games for a life skills classroom. At Oakdale Elementary, $597 from WPEF. The funds will be used for Learning That Sticks, game-based literacy and math for kindergarten. At Castle South, a $500 donation also from WPEF. The funds will be used to purchase items for Mr. Strange's 6th grade science class experiments. At Tecumseh High, a $1,000 donation from the Spurgeon General Baptist Church to be used to purchase supplies for the backpack food program. And also at Tecumseh, a $750 donation from North Friendship General Baptist Church to be used to purchase supplies for the backpack food program. I recommend the board approve the donations as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Baker, seconded by Mr. Skinner. Is there any discussion? Again, I want to echo Mr. Eigner's comments. We're so grateful for the community's support. It means a lot, and getting to play a game to learn math probably would have boosted my career. So, will you call the roll, please?
I will. Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. France?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
I vote aye.
Motion carried. Next, move on to agenda item 8, consideration of personnel recommendations. Dr. Gresham.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover.
Dr. Gresham's been busy again. Our list is a little longer
You're
this
back
month than it
at
was last month.
Quickly, I should get my mouth shut.
In your board packets, you will find a list of certified teachers that were hired on a temporary basis for the 25-26 school year and non-certified positions that were hired on a temporary basis for the 25-26 school year. So for agenda 8.1, I ask that you approve the non-renewal on contracts for teachers serving in temporary capacity for 25-26 school year. And 8.2, consider non-renewal on temporary assignments for support staff serving in temporary capacity for the 25-26 school year.
And Dr. Gresham, I just want to point out that this is not due to anything that any of these employees have done wrong. This is just the nature of the temporary contract, for clarity.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Skinner, seconded by Mr. France. Is there any discussion? Can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. France?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Agenda item 8.3, consideration of employment. I ask the board approve the following hires, subject to verification of the proper licensing. Certified staff, Sarah Schmidt, science teacher at Castle High School for 26-27 school year. Christina Lawrence, a counselor at Castle North Middle School for the 26-27 school year. Whitley Goodman, Diploma Pathways English teacher at Boonville High School for the 26-27 school year. Katie Harless, a science teacher at Boonville High School for the 26-27 school year. Tana Small, visual art teacher at Tecumseh High School for the 26-27 school year. Non-certified staff of Natalie Ellison, a 4.25-hour cafeteria position at Castle North Middle School. And varsity coach Emily Straley, the varsity girls tennis coach at Boonville High School.
I make a motion, we approve the hiring of the certified, non-certified, and the coach.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Mosby, seconded by Mr. Eigner. Is there any discussion? Please call the roll.
I will. Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. France?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Agenda item 8.4, leaves. I ask the board to approve the following leaves and the discretion to modify such leaves if reasonable circumstances exist. Donetta Hale, a language arts teacher at Boonville Middle School. Angela Hilborn, 3.25-hour cafeteria position at Logue Elementary. Nell Harada, 4.75-hour cafeteria position at Castle High. Megan Crawford, choir vocal music teacher at Boonville Middle. Stephen Hess, a bus aide. Diana McShanig, bus driver. And Daisy Lowe, program assistant at Yankeetown Elementary.
Motion to approve leaves as presented.
Second. Motion by Mr. Eigner, seconded by Mr. Baker. Is there any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Ms. Glover?
Aye.
Mr. France?
Aye.
Mr. Skinner?
Aye.
Mr. Baker?
Aye.
Mr. Mosby?
Aye.
Ms. Wilhelmus?
Aye.
And I vote aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Agenda item 8.5, report of transfers. Paul Eddie Poston, full-time custodian at Castle South, to full-time custodian at Warwick Pathways. Christina Wilson, a science teacher at Boonville Middle, to science teacher at Castle High. Barbara Williams, cafeteria float position to 3.5-hour cafeteria position at Boonville Middle. Amanda Knowles, full-time custodian at Tecumseh High, to full-time custodian at Castle South. 8.6, report of early return. Cassie Miller, secretary treasurer at Yankeetown Elementary, and Sheila Summers, secretary at Castle North Middle, have filed appropriate paperwork to return early from previously approved leaves of absence. And 8.7, resignations. Carol Meyer, 6.5-hour cafeteria position at Logue Elementary, resignation effective February 23rd, 2026. Stormy Pulling, 3.5-hour cafeteria position at Boonville Middle, resignation effective February 13, 2026. Amber Bradley, 6.5-hour cafeteria position at Castle North, resignation effective February 24th, 2026. Kelsey St. Amour, part-time custodian at John H. Castle, resignation effective February 23rd, 2026. Allison Washburn, varsity girls tennis coach at Boonville High, resignation effective February 24th, 2026. Rhonda Sander, bus driver, resignation effective March 6th, 2026. Emily West, special education teacher at Castle High, resignation effective May 21st, 2026. Bryn Hydorn, clerical aide at Sharon Elementary, resignation effective May 29th, 2026. Robert DeGraff, program assistant at Boonville High, resignation effective March 20th, 2026. And 8.8 retirements, Kelly Dora, behavior specialist, retirement effective June 5th, 2026. And Holly Beard, kindergarten first grade teacher at Tennyson Elementary, retirement effective May 21st, 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Gresham. Mercy. Next, agenda item number 9, reports. Dr. Redmond.
Thank you, Mrs. Glover. We have one report tonight that will come from Dr. Walter Lambert, our Director of Student Services. We're getting ready to open our transfer window for next school year. So he's going to talk to us about that process and how we come to the numbers and all things transfers. Dr. Lambert.
All right, thank you. So we're going to open our transfer windows for non-resident and intra-corp transfers on April 1st. We will go to May 15th. Intra-corp, since those are school-to-school within the county, those stay open a little longer because we'll get people that will want to make a move later on. If they've got a very good reason for doing so, we'll approve that and go forward. They fall under the same rules that we asked our non-residents to fall under. Attendance needs to be in good standing, and discipline needs to be in good standing as well. So we try to keep those similar as they go forward with that. The non-resident, which is anybody outside of Warwick County that wants to come to our schools, when we open that up from the 1st to the 15th of May, we will still accept people after the 15th of May. It is just those positions that we would maybe have to have a lottery at a certain grade level or something like that, that we will close out during that time period. The reason we're doing that is I looked at other school corporations around the state. They kept their transfer window open all the way through till the end of their school year. And the reason being was they wanted to be able to accept transfer kids at any point in time. Usually what we do is we will accept them at a semester break or a 9-week break, just to make it a cleaner time to accept them. So that way, you know, they're being able to get into their classes and kind of catch up where they need to be. We don't get a lot of non-resident transfer requests throughout the year, but we do get some, and some of them that we get when we talk to the parents and talk to the kid, they need to make that change, you know, and so we'll do things like that. For a non-resident transfer, you can't have 10 days of suspensions, and you can't have 10 unexcused days of absences. So we will request records. We always look at that. We'll look at the records for the attendance and for the discipline. People ask, well, do you look at academics? We get those records, but we don't look at that. That's not a criteria that we're allowed to use to stop someone from coming in or being in our district. And so every year we got to get numbers together. And so we have to figure out where we're going to have slots available. It's like Rubik's Cube times 50. It's kind of a lot of moving parts. The secondary is very easy. The numbers are pretty, because you've got a kid you can plop in. They're not dependent upon one teacher and one teacher only, and then that class size be much larger. They can move around to other courses. You can put them in math first period or put them in last period, and then it gives you that flexibility to keep your class sizes okay. So we're looking at, right now in the middle school and high school, we have 490 slots open in those schools. And then when I get this finalized after we have some discussions this week about the elementary, I will put this on and I'll submit it to you all as well so you see the numbers. The elementary gets to be a little more tricky with those numbers going through. We are looking right now at opening up 229 slots for that. Castle Elementary is not an open school. It is closed to all transfers just due to the numbers that they keep getting just from our people coming in, living in those communities around John H. And then we will close certain grade levels, like Newburgh has, I believe, 4th grade, it's closed. It's zeroed out because they don't have any room to add any more people to those classes. But that might mean, hey, you can go over to Sharon and get into that core class if you need to. We do close all of our specialized special ed programs, like our ABS programming, our ED, our functional academics, those things. We are full with those programs. As we looked at them, we have so many of our own that we need to meet their needs, and adding others from outside of the corporation is just not feasible to do that without adding a lot of staff to do those things. Technically, we would be unlimited, after that May 15th timeline, but I want to be certain if we do add, we got to have a certain number of kids that we would add in order to, if we got to get a teacher, we got to be able to afford to pay for that teacher from that group of people coming in. We've not had a whole ton come in, so we're going to do some things this year to kind of put the word out that, hey, we are open to come on in. That's why we kind of moved the window up. Last year it ended in June. This year we moved it up a little bit because we wanted to see what we could get going forward. We'll do a little bit of online advertising, things like that, word of mouth, whatnot, to tell people, hey, come on into Warwick County. We've got places for you to go. It's a great school corporation to be with, and you would be welcome here, again, as long as you meet those criteria of attendance and discipline. Last year, we had 298 people apply for intra-corp transfers. About 263 is what we finally took. Some of that wasn't just because of denial, because of attendance or discipline. Some of it was they just decided not to go, or things changed in their life and they moved forward. So a bigger number, just to kind of give you an idea, for intra-corp transfers last year, we had 669 people move between school to school within the corporation. Some of it is due to daycare, some of it is due to a parent's job. Staff members, we allow staff members to take their kids to where they're working, so they would be under that intra-corp transfer if they live in Warwick County. We do allow staff members that work for us outside of our county to come in and bring their kids as well, and those are not in our numbers that we have here. We do not charge any transfer tuition. Several years ago we did. We no longer do that. The state of Indiana said no more, so we do not do that. So there's no extra cost for anybody coming into our corporation to attend our schools. So we will get our money through the state with the ADM counts as we go forward. And so, like I said, with our elementary, we're still kind of fluid right now because I'm still looking at who's moving a teacher where. And again, just a small movement of a teacher and a small number of kids can change the class size pretty quickly because they're only with that one person all day long for the majority of the time. And so that's where we have to be a little more cautious about how we let them in. We have not settled on a kindergarten number yet because we don't know all the numbers that we're going to get in for our kindergarten, but we will open, that will be open at some point. And then again, even a few weeks before school, if we have the room and the space and we see that, we're going to try to make that available. Again, I also send information to the principals when they're outside of our district, when they're outside of our, like they went to Evansville. When we get the records, we would send that to the principals for them to review as well before we go forward with accepting them and getting them into our schools. So, anybody have any questions for me?
Dr. Lambert, I just want to say again something that you mentioned, because I think this is the area that maybe a lot of our families in neighboring counties may not understand, and we're going to, as he said, do a better job of getting some things out on social media. For the non-residents, there is no longer any tuition attached, and that is different from previous years. So if a student meets the criteria, as described by Dr. Lambert, and we have a spot open. The families are not charged tuition to come to Warwick, even if they live in a neighboring county. So we're trying to get that word out because we have lots of conversations with people and they were like, we'd love to be in your amazing school corporation. I'm like, come on over. We have a spot for you. As Dr. Lambert said, we have a lot of different types of school experiences. We have our small elementary schools like Tennyson and Elberfeld and Linville. We have our larger schools like, Sharon and Newburgh and Castle High. And we just really have something truly for everybody. So come on over to Warwick and see what we're all about.
And the
Happy.
only thing we really tell parents when they're coming from outside, their requirement is transportation. They've got to be able to transport their child to and from the school. The same way we do with intra-corp transfers, the parents have to make that, because if we didn't, we'd be having all kinds of crazy bus routes, and I don't think Mr. Pryor would like me too much for doing that. So, any other questions?
Dr. Lambert, 2 questions. Did you, the numbers for inter-corporation transfers, was there a number on that?
No,
you'd give?
that
Okay.
one, we do not have to have a number on because there already are kids. We count them in our ADM already. So it just, again, we try to balance that too. Sometimes we might not have room, and it might be really hard for us to put a kid, because it's gonna make a class size now from, to like 33, 34 kids in an elementary class, and that's pretty hard to do, especially in something like 3rd grade. So sometimes we are limited, but we try not to be.
Okay. And then did you mention you were limiting, we're still going to limit the out-of-corporation transfers to just beginning of the semesters?
Oh.
Or are you opening that up longer now like the other corporations?
Yeah, no, they'll be able to do it all year. They'll come in at any point. So if somebody moves into the community, like into Evansville in November, and they say, you know what, we really want to go to Warwick County Schools, they could come and we would put them in, and I would try to say, hey, if you can come in at semester, but we'll get them going right away. We would put them in right away, just because if they have not been in school or in the local area, we're gonna go ahead and try to enroll them. Again, we're gonna look at records, discipline, attendance, those things, and make certain they're gonna be a good fit for us. We do, and we can revoke transfers as well for intra and non-resident. And again, that's based on if you have disciplinary issues or attendance issues, we will, we may revoke those transfers. We try not to, but it just, sometimes it happens.
So if we're accepting the transfers all year long,
Mhm.
they're coming in after our count day, how does that affect the funding?
Here's the thing. So if they have a good experience, and yes, we might miss that count day, and they have a good experience here, guess what? We got them there for the next several years in our corporation. So that's how I look at it, growing it, as we can. But usually as the second semester comes up, we don't get too many requests for that at all. I mean, it's very limited. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Now, we have any business from the board?
I'd just like to say, Monday and Tuesday of last week, I was able to attend the active shooter drills at Boonville and Tecumseh. And it was very impressed with our students and the way that they participated. And I think it's important that the county know the commitment of our local police departments, the sheriff department, the state police department, the conservation officers. We had a huge number of people come together to participate in these. And it's not just about kids. They use that as a way to evaluate and look how we can do it better. And it's just quite remarkable, the amount of effort that goes into it and how the teachers, the administrators, the students, and our local law officers work together. I think it's a great experience, and it should make parents and the community feel very strongly, under the guidance of Dr. Lambert, that we are really working hard to ensure our students are safe and secure.
Thank you, Jeff.
I'd like to announce, construction committee has a meeting tomorrow morning at 7:30 at the administration building. And then the Personnel Committee will be meeting on April the 13th at 6:15, right here in this building.
I'd like to report that April 13th at 5:45, we'll hold a policy committee meeting at Central Services. And then on April 29th at 7:30 in the morning, we will have our student learning and growth, and that will be held at the Warwick County Admin Building on Gum Street.
Anything else?
Just last, well, maybe not last one, depending how they do, but another plug for the Castle Show Choirs. Both of them are advancing to state this weekend, so wish them luck on Saturday as they compete for state finals.
Excellent. The board will next meet April 13th, 7 p.m. here at the admin building. I hope everybody has a great, peaceful, restful, uneventful spring break, and we'll see you next time. Meeting adjourned.